The August heat clung to Liam's skin like guilt, thick, inescapable, and quietly uncomfortable. He adjusted his grip on the cardboard box, its flaps uneven and worn, and stepped into the back of the moving truck where Noah stood waiting. "Still got those college biceps," Noah smirked, brushing sweat from his brow. "Or did Jared finally tame them?" Liam gave a breathless laugh, too tired to pretend the joke didn't land somewhere complicated. "Jared tamed my schedule, not my arms." Noah's grin faltered for a moment, just a flicker, but Liam saw it. He always did. The truck groaned as another box was shoved toward the front. It wasn't full of anything significant, books, maybe some winter clothes, but it felt heavier than it should have. Everything did lately. Jared should have been there. He'd promised to help. But instead, it was the same tired excuse. A last-minute call, some crisis at the firm. Liam hadn't even been surprised. Disappointed, yes, but not surprised. "He's not coming?" Noah asked, already knowing the answer. "No," Liam muttered, wiping his hands on his jeans. "Said something about a meeting that couldn't wait." "Classic," Noah said flatly, tossing a blanket over a stack of furniture. "Guess it's just us again. Like old times." And just like old times, the air between them grew warm in a way that had nothing to do with the temperature. It wasn't new. It had been lingering for years, simmering just beneath the surface, especially when Jared wasn't looking. Liam hoisted another box into the truck. Noah reached to take it from him, their fingers brushing for just a second too long. Liam's chest tightened. He stepped back. "We should finish before sunset. Or before you change your mind and bail on me," Noah teased, but there was something else in his tone. Something unreadable. They worked in silence for a while, the kind of silence that buzzed with unspoken thoughts. The boxes became background noise to their shared memories. Dorm room confessions, late-night walks, the one time Noah almost kissed him in the back of a car and pretended he hadn't. At one point, Liam caught Noah staring. Not at his face. Lower. He didn't say anything. Neither did Noah. "You ever think," Noah said suddenly, his voice low, "about how things might have turned out if timing had been different?" Liam froze mid-step. He didn't look at Noah, couldn't. "Don't do that." "Do what?" Noah's voice stayed soft, almost a whisper. "Say things you don't mean." "I've never said anything I didn't mean to you." That hung in the air like thunder, still distant, but threatening. Liam turned toward him, jaw tight. "I'm with Jared." "Yeah," Noah said, eyes flicking downward. "You are." The sky was darkening now, the truck's interior bathed in gold as the sun dipped low. Liam checked his phone. No new messages. No apologies from Jared. Just silence. Noah noticed. "You don't have to go back tonight. I mean, it's late. I've got a couch. We could order something." Liam hesitated. It was so simple, so casual. But it didn't feel casual. He wanted to say no. He should have said no. But instead, he asked, "You still order from that Thai place with the mango sticky rice?" Noah smiled. "I'll call it in." And just like that, the night changed direction. As they sat cross-legged on the floor of Noah's new apartment, surrounded by half-open boxes and takeout containers, the tension crept in like humidity through an open window. Liam kept laughing too hard, touching his hair too much, pretending he wasn't exactly where he shouldn't be. "You remember this?" Noah held up a picture frame that had somehow ended up in a box of mugs. It was them, arms slung around each other at graduation, sunburnt, drunk, impossibly close. "God," Liam chuckled, his eyes lingering on the photo too long. "We were idiots." Noah turned the frame in his hands. "Yeah. But we were happy." Liam didn't respond. He couldn't. Outside, the sky cracked open with the first hint of thunder. "Storm's rolling in," Noah said, standing. "You might get stuck here if it hits hard." Liam stood too, wiping his hands on his thighs. "Maybe I should go before that happens." But neither of them moved toward the door. In the distance, thunder rumbled again. "I should go," Liam said again, softer this time. Sure, Noah replied. But his voice betrayed him. Liam didn't leave. Not yet. Not even as the rain began to tap gently against the windows, rhythmic and persistent. He stayed frozen in place, heart pounding, mouth dry, standing beside the only man who had ever truly made him feel wanted without asking for anything in return. It was just a favor. Just helping a friend move. But under that stormy sky and surrounded by boxes marked fragile, Liam finally admitted to himself what he'd been denying for years. He was already moving, away from the man waiting at home, and toward the one who'd never left his mind. The rain started fast, sheets of it pounding against the windows like it had something to say. Liam stood at the door with his hand on the knob, pulse quickening as thunder cracked the sky open. The downpour erased the world outside. There was no safe dash to his car now. Just the storm and Noah, and the silence swelling between them. Guess you're stuck, Noah said, already rummaging through a box for candles. Powers flickering. Liam stayed frozen, his body tense like a coiled spring. You think I planned this? I think you didn't plan to leave, Noah replied, lighting a wick. The flicker cast shadows over his jawline, making his face seem softer, more dangerous. They drifted toward the couch like magnets. Thai food leftovers half finished, wine nearly gone. The air tasted like static and something unspoken. Liam leaned back. His shirt was damp at the collar, sticking slightly to his skin. He tried to ignore how Noah's knee brushed his when he sat down. Tried not to notice the way Noah's gaze wandered, slowly, deliberately, to the exposed line of his throat. This is a bad idea, Liam said. Which part? Noah asked, not moving away. All of it. Noah didn't argue. He leaned forward instead, elbows on his knees, hands clasped. You ever feel like you've been playing the role of someone else's perfect man for so long, you forgot what you actually want? Liam exhaled sharply. That's not fair. No, Noah said. What's not fair is pretending we don't see what this is. Liam didn't answer. He couldn't. Every cell in his body was screaming something different. Fight, flee, touch, lie, confess. The lights cut out with a mechanical sigh. Darkness filled the apartment, broken only by candlelight and the blue glow of the storm through the windows. Shit, Noah muttered, standing. We've got boxes in the truck bed still. I didn't tarp everything. I'll help, Liam said without thinking, anything to break the tension, but there was no running from it now. They grabbed a blanket and made their way through the rain, soaked within seconds, laughter breaking through as they reached the truck. Get under, Noah shouted, dragging Liam beneath the canvas tarp stretched over the open bed. It was dark, warm, too small for distance. Their bodies pressed together in the narrow space, breath mingling, clothes clinging, hearts hammering against damp fabric. Liam shivered, but not from cold. Reminds me of that night in the car, Noah said, voice barely audible over the rain. Senior year. Remember? You never kissed me, Liam replied. You almost did. Noah turned his head. You wanted me to. Liam met his eyes. I still do. Silence. Then lips. They didn't crash. They didn't explode. They connected, tentative at first, testing boundaries that had already blurred. It was Liam who deepened the kiss. His hand cupped Noah's jaw. His body leaned in. It was need, hunger, guilt, all tangled in wet clothes and quiet groans. Their mouths moved in sync, years of repression dissolving into breathless urgency. Noah pulled back first, forehead pressed to Liam's. Say it's not just me. Please. It's not, Liam whispered. A hand slipped beneath Liam's soaked shirt, resting on the bare skin of his lower back. He gasped. I shouldn't be doing this, Liam said, but didn't move. You already are, Noah replied. Liam kissed him again. It wasn't sex, not yet. But it was intimacy, wrapped in thunder and the scent of wet asphalt and the weight of everything they'd denied. Fingers traced scars only they knew. Laughter turned to sighs. Confessions came out in pieces between kisses. I thought I got over you. You never tried. I didn't want to ruin what I had with Jared. Then why does it feel like he's already lost you? The rain eased slightly, but the storm inside the truck bed didn't. Eventually, Liam sat back, chest heaving, soaked and shaking, not from cold, not anymore. I need to go, he said, voice raw. Noah didn't try to stop him. He simply nodded. Doors open. Always has been. Liam climbed out of the truck without a word, the world suddenly too loud, too real. He didn't look back, but he didn't walk fast either. The door clicked shut behind Liam with a hollow thud, and the quiet inside the apartment felt like punishment. Jared was asleep on the couch, mouth slightly open, laptop perched precariously on the armrest. A spreadsheet glowed faintly on the screen, another work emergency, another night without a real connection. Liam stood there for a moment, dripping from the rain, clothes clinging to his skin. Not from the storm anymore. From what happened in the truck. He watched Jared sleep and felt nothing. Not anger, not love. Just the ache of absence, like something had been missing for a long time and he'd only just realized how big the hole had become. He stepped into the bedroom, peeled off his wet shirt, and stared at himself in the mirror. No bruises, no lipstick, no trace of the kiss, but his eyes gave him away. Something in them looked different now. Unsettled, alive, guilty. The next morning was routine: coffee, silence, emails, a kiss on the cheek before Jared left. Liam noticed the way Jared's hand didn't linger on his back like it used to. Or maybe it never had, and he'd just convinced himself it had. At work, Liam couldn't focus. Every idle second was filled with Noah's voice in his head. Then why does it feel like he's already lost you? The answer was terrifying because maybe he had. Noah hadn't texted. No message, no "are you okay?" Not even a joke. It was the silence of a man who knew he had made his move, and was waiting. By Thursday, the weight of it all became unbearable. Liam stood in the kitchen, staring at the sink full of dishes, when Jared approached from behind and wrapped his arms loosely around his waist. "You've been distant," Jared said, voice cautious. Liam didn't turn around. "You've been busy." "I always am. You know that." "That's the problem, Jared." Liam shrugged out of the embrace. "You're always busy. I don't even know if we're still us." Jared leaned against the counter, arms crossed. "Where's this coming from?" "Nowhere. Everywhere." "I don't know." Liam rubbed his temples, suddenly exhausted. I don't feel seen anymore." Jared sighed. "You're being dramatic." Liam laughed bitterly. "Of course I am." The fight was quiet but sharp, like paper cut. No screaming, just words that landed in places they weren't supposed to. "You want fireworks every night? Passion?" Jared asked. "I want to feel something," Liam replied. The conversation ended like it always did, with avoidance. Jared retreated to the study, headphones on. Liam stood in the hallway, realizing he had never felt more alone than inside this apartment. That night, the dream came back. The truck. The rain. Noah's mouth on his. His hands on Liam's hips, grounding him, claiming him. Liam woke up with a gasp, sheets tangled around his legs, chest pounding like he'd run miles. The next day, he saw Noah. He hadn't planned to. It just happened. Like fate or weakness or both. Noah was standing outside Liam's office building, arms folded, looking like he hadn't slept either. Liam stepped out, nerves spiking. "We shouldn't be doing this," he said, not meeting his eyes. "We're not doing anything," Noah replied calmly. "You're the one who walked away, remember? Because I had to." "No," Noah said. "Because you were scared." They walked to a nearby park, quiet, empty. The kind of place people passed through quickly without making eye contact. "Why are you here?" Liam asked, pacing. "Because I can't stop thinking about you," Noah said plainly. "And I know you can't stop thinking about me either." Liam stopped. "This isn't fair to Jared. Do you even want Jared anymore?" Silence. Noah stepped closer. "I'm not asking you to cheat. I'm asking you to stop pretending that what happened between us was a mistake." Liam swallowed. "It wasn't a mistake." That's the problem. He sat down heavily on the bench, elbows on knees. Noah joined him, close but not touching. I used to think you'd never look at me that way, Noah said quietly. That I'd always be the almost. Liam glanced at him. You were never almost. You were just poorly timed. And now? I don't know. Noah nodded, biting his lip. Well, let me know when you do. He stood and walked away, leaving Liam alone on the bench, surrounded by rustling trees and decisions too big for silence. That night, Liam didn't dream. He just lay in bed beside Jared, eyes open, trying to remember the last time being in this room made him feel full instead of hollow. The confession didn't explode, it settled. It happened on a Sunday afternoon, when the apartment was too quiet and Liam's guilt had rotted into something bitter and impossible to ignore. Jared sat at the dining table, scrolling through his tablet, half listening to a podcast he wasn't invested in. Liam stood in the kitchen, heart pounding, phone trembling in his hand. A single photo glowed on the screen. Noah, drenched in rain, smiling at him under the tarp of that truck bed. Candid. Intimate. Wrong. Jared didn't need to ask. You seeing someone? He asked flatly, without looking up. Liam lowered the phone. No. But you kissed him. A pause. Long dagger-like. Yes, Liam admitted. I did. Jared set the tablet down with surgical calm. When? Liam exhaled. The night I helped Noah move. Jared nodded once, lips pressed into a bloodless line. So this whole week. I've been trying to figure out if I ruined everything, or if everything was already ruined before that night. Jared stood, walked past him to the window, hands in his pocket. Why him? Because he sees me, Liam said, not softly. Because with him, I don't feel like a placeholder. I feel wanted. Jared turned. And I haven't made you feel that way? Liam looked him in the eyes, years of compromise crashing in. Not in a long time. There was no screaming. No slammed doors. Just the sound of something ancient snapping, clean, inevitable. Then I think we're done here, Jared said, and just like that, the man Liam had once loved walked out of the room, and out of their relationship, with quiet, surgical precision. It didn't hurt the way Liam thought it would. It hurt more. Later that evening, Liam stood in front of Noah's building, a duffel bag slung over his shoulder and rain misting down in waves, as if the weather itself couldn't make up its mind. The truck was still parked in the same spot. Half unloaded. Forgotten, like the boxes they never finished. Liam climbed the stairs slowly, second-guessing every step, until Noah opened the door without being called. He looked tired. Hopeful. Wounded. Hey, Liam said. Noah didn't answer. Just stepped aside. Inside, nothing had changed. Take-out cartons, half-assembled furniture, and cardboard chaos. But it felt warmer now, lived in. Possible. Liam dropped the bag by the door. I told him, he said. About us. About what I want. Noah raised an eyebrow. And what do you want? You, Liam said. Mess and all. Noah laughed softly, as if surprised. You sure? No, Liam admitted. But I'm done being sure about the wrong things. There was silence again. Not tense this time. Just full. Liam walked toward one of the boxes labeled fragile, and popped the flaps open. Inside were old frames, some with broken corners, one of them holding a faded photo of the two of them, Noah in sunglasses, Liam squinting into the sun, arms slung casually but closely around each other. I kept that, Noah said quietly, standing beside him now. Through every move. Even when I told myself to forget you. Liam ran his thumb over the glass. We could unpack all of this. Start over. Or start honest. Noah tilted his head. This time, no closets. No hiding. No settling, Liam agreed. Noah leaned in, and their foreheads met, gentle, steady. This isn't going to be easy, Noah whispered. It's not supposed to be, Liam said. Their lips met again, not in heat or desperation, but in understanding. A kiss that wasn't trying to erase the past, but to finally live in the present. Outside, the rain eased. Not cleared, but softened just like them. They sat on the floor that night, surrounded by boxes and broken memories, deciding what to keep and what to let go.